Hello everybody. So today I'm going to show you how I plan on doing the setup on the HCalory toolbox diesel heater. So this is the window vent that I have with the plug and everything. So basically this installs this way. Hopefully you can see. So you basically just open the window and the screen. It's pretty simple. And then this will just snap in there like so. And then you just push the window up tight so it's sealed. So power that up. That's the AC 70. And we'll just plug it into the AC side. We have the AC on, so now we have power to the outside of the window. Now I know on the last video I said I was going to get maybe a table that mounts to the tire that has one leg or whatever. I was going to do that, but then I have this table that I cook on. So instead of doing that, I'm going to try this front runner table for now to set the HCalory diesel heater on. Okay, I ended up purchasing basically a dryer hose, I think, versus the hose that came with the HCalory. I have one of these high temperature rubber couplings, and then I have the end here, and I'm using 3 of the 4-inch squeeze clamps instead of the hose clamps. So basically, all you have to do is just kind of slide that on, loosen that up, and that's pretty easy versus a hose clamp. And the same thing here. Only reason I did the coupling is just because it doesn't have a whole lot of space here on the diesel heater, and this works really well. All of about 1.5 feet away from the unit, and I don't think you can hear it. It's currently set on setting 4, and it takes about 2 to 2.5 minutes. They say 3, but 2 to 2.5 minutes before it starts blowing heat. So that's the fuel pump. You can hear it. It's not terrible, but it will go away. You can hear that tick, tick. She's firing up now. Tick's getting faster. And as it ramps up, the tick speeds up on the fuel pump, and it is gone. Yes, the unit's a little loud right now, but it will, once it gets up to temperature, it'll stop making all this noise. I slept with it the other night, and I didn't hear it run at all inside the Project M. Ticking's gone. The exhaust is a little loud, but you got to remember that's outside, and I'll be inside. So I'm going to take the camera inside and let you hear what I hear on the inside. So I'm inside, and I have the back door open here on the Project M, and there's plenty of heat blowing out of that at speed 4 or temperature setting 4, and it goes up to 10. It does have this handy dandy little remote here. Has a CO detector on it, which we have one of those in here also, and I used it the other night, and nothing ever went off inside the Project M. You can also put this on like a room temperature. All right, it is set at 57, but we can go on up. And I would think when you're camping, 67, 68 is plenty warm. I think it's better maybe if you can regulate the temperature by the speed like say 1 or 2, you probably will use less battery, because when this thing cuts off, then the glow plugs have to fire back up, and that uses more watts on your power bank. And so I would probably recommend maybe just leaving it on setting 1 or setting 2, depending on how cold it is outside, and it'll just run. And you can open up a fan, or turn your fan on, or open a window, and let a little bit of the heat out. It did help with condensation, and I was concerned about that. That was really the only reason I got it. It's not that I'm cold, it's just it gets so wet from condensation when you don't have heat. Right now it's taking 19 watts to run the fan, and the diesel heater's burning, so it's already doing its thing. But anyway, that's my setup. I'm still not 100% satisfied with the little table there. I may have to end up getting the tire table. I just didn't want to do the tire table. The tire table, I was using it primarily just for the diesel heater, and that was okay. But I didn't want to cook on it that close to the truck, and not so much worried about fire, but grease and there's smoke and everything if the window was open or cracked and coming into the camper and all that. So the table out there right now, it's steady, it's sturdy enough and steady enough. I just don't know if it's the right fit for the diesel heater or not. Please feel free to comment what your setup would be. I know a lot of people just set it on the ground. And the only reason I was wanting a table, not so much because of the ground, I was trying to get that power brick off the ground and up underneath the tire well there, just to keep it out of the weather. It did rain on the unit last weekend when I used it, and it didn't hurt it. And I've seen videos where people are taking garden hoses and spraying it and dousing it with water, and gallons and gallons of water. I'm not ready to do that unless Mother Nature says, "Hey, I'm gonna rain on it," but I'm not gonna self-induce that water. But right now there's plenty of heat coming through this vent, and that's not a gap right there. That's just the glass. So will air get around here? I'm sure these windows aren't sealed up tight on these Project M's, but a little bit of air won't hurt anyway. But it's just barely trickling. I mean, 19 watts, 20 watts, and I think it's going to be a good fit for the Project M. I wish I'd have put one in my Jeep. I bought a thing to make a panel like this. I just never did it, and I may end up doing it one day. But right now, I'm planning. It's a lot more comfortable to sleep in here than it is that Jeep. And plus, I've got the X195 and I got the Alu cab tent. I probably will use it in the Alu cab tent, the diesel heater. The X195 has a Truma Combi Eco Plus, I think is what they call it. Getting ready to go on a little trip here in the next 3 or 4 days. I'm headed north, and it's cold up there. I'm in Virginia, and I'll make a video about that and fill you in why I'm going up there, and trying my best to get back before Thanksgiving, because we got a pretty good sized family, and we always have a big family Thanksgiving, and I'm hoping to get back the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That's going to be kind of an adventure going up where I'm going, and I'm headed to Wisconsin. Been up there 2 or 3 times, but it's the week before Thanksgiving now, so they're starting to get cold up there, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching.